Good morning, good afternoon, good day. I am your hostess, Karma Ovicchio, coming to you live from the Dream Singers magazine, from Lottery Dreamer, and from dreamanumber.ning.com. Oh, by the way, birdshouse.ning.com asked me how come I never talk about them, but at the time I started doing the broadcast, I did not know. I was still kind of talking to Bird about quite a few things. So I want to say hello to birdshouse.ning.com as well. And thank you for allowing me into the lives, thoughts, minds, offices, and homes, and for you all who watch me on mobile as well. So thank you very much. Um, I will jump directly into this YouTube broadcast because I have some exciting news. Okay, so first of all, you guys know that today is the 8th, and it is an exciting time in our astrological multiverse. And the reason being is because today is an 8, it is an infinite day. It is a day in which you can start over and then um, get back to another 8. So like the 16th, looking back or looking on the cipher at its midpoint and seeing exactly what you can change and seeing what you will take forward into your next cycle. 8 is an awesome number for me. Next of all, what you will also notice is the moon is in Leo. And so we have those who have fire signs are at a point where we are rip rearing and ready to go. In just 3 more days, we spring forward, and the doors of the universe will be open for us all. So please take advantage of that. And when I say the 11th, I tell people all the time that the 11th is a doorway, because it's two doors and they swing open. And I'm sure you can imagine that. But I did that just so that you guys can see. Okay. So, with that being said, um, take time and take note to get your things in order, do your paperwork, start your business, go and get your assumed name, clean up your earthly house. And while we're on that, please, um, just take note of this as well. When I was young, I had a fascination with vehicles, and I still do to this very day. And I won't start talking about vehicles. I won't start talking about cars because I will digress tremendously. But I have a love for cars, and a lot of the time the majority of the time when I felt closest to my dad was when we were working on a car. One day we were somewhere and I left some paper. I believe it was a sheet of paper on the front seat of his car. And he had a fit. He had a fit. And that evening, I said to him as respectfully as I knew how at the time, "What is wrong with you? Why are you tripping over a sheet of paper?" And he said something to me that was so profound, and that has gone with me and has stayed with me throughout my journey to enlightenment. And he said the simple thing, and I want you to take it to heart today. Put it in the center of your 8 and remember it always. Your car is a representation of the way your life goes. It takes you to and from. And if your car is dirty, your life is dirty. Now, we can apply that in so many other ways, in the places, the offices, the houses, the spaces in which we spend the majority of our time. If it is junky, if it is messy, if it is dirty and unorderly, so goes our lives. And I won't go into that anymore, but The doors of this universe will be opening for us very shortly at the actual change of a particular phase in this multiverse. It is imperative as we move forward in this new millennium that we get our things in order so that when the doors of the 11 are open, we don't have things blowing all over the place. Because when the doors open, the winds rush in. So opportunities will rush in. Certain things will rush out. But those things that are caught in the whirlwind, those things that are messy, they will remain. A tornado, um, a tornado, they say, moves across the earth and it takes certain things with them, but the things that it leaves behind make you. If you're blessed enough to just have to clean up the things that are around your home, then you're truly blessed beyond measure. If you are a person whose home is taken away and everything else that you know is taken away, you've got to start over. Back to the eight, back in the middle of that, back in the middle of the law of the pendulum where one thing swings the other way. And you know, you guys, I know for a fact that you know what I'm talking about now. Okay, so today, 12:32 Eastern Standard Time. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1 and 2 is 3, 3 and 3 is 6, 6 and 2 is 8. It's just that prevalent. It is just that important. Okay, I'm going to let that go now. And I will talk on just something that has me just as excited this morning. So everyone knows that I have a ministerial degree. And in that particular portion of my journey, there were things that I remember that I continue to remember because they assist me in evolving. If you are a person who reads the Holy Bible, now yesterday I came to you guys from the Tao Te Ching, but if you are a person who has a Holy Bible, I suggest that you read Joshua 7, 1 through 13, especially today and until the doors open on the 11th. The reason I say that is because when I read that for the first time in an enlightened state, it totally changed my life and the way that I think, even to this day, about certain aspects of being a human in this physical form and being a human in this physical aspect of my oneness with the divine mind. For you that do not read it, or don't know it, or do not follow the Holy Bible as a form of your historical practices and or laws, religion, there I'm sure is a scripture, a piece of text in your reference or in your whatever you hold sacred that speaks and has the same impact as these particular chapters. Basically, in a nutshell, what it is saying that Joshua, a person, was tasked with a particular assignment. When Joshua tested the waters of this assignment, he failed, or what he considered to be failure happened to him. Instead of him moving forward, instead of him moving forward with what he knew beyond a shadow of a doubt was his task from the divine mind, he stopped, fell on the ground, put his face to the ground, and began. And he just laid there. It doesn't say that he meditated. I'm sure he did because that's the human aspect of us. It doesn't say that he prayed specifically in those words, but I'm sure he did. Because in our failures, or what people consider to be failures, which I consider to just be stepping stones to our success, we bow our heads, we get in the dirt, and we just lay there thinking nothing is going to happen or that we made the wrong decision. And at a point, Joshua's God, or the divine principle, said to Joshua, "Why are you laying there? Get up!" Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can feel the excitement of me when I think about this particular scripture. Okay, I had to let the joy overtake me for just a moment. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. Let me stop laughing because then I start crying. Everybody knows me. Okay. So I come to you today with that particular. Okay, stop. I come to you today with that, with those two questions, as we sit in the 8 today, as we prepare ourselves for the door to open. Why are you sitting there? Wondering if the plan that you have been given and the task that you have been given, that you know the divine has given you, why are you sitting there? Get up. I am your hostess, Carmel Vicchio. Thanking you so very much for tuning in. Thanking you so very much for sharing this broadcast with your friends and with your family. If you are a lottery player, stay with the following pairs: 51, 72, and 32. I also like 242. But the other three pairs, make sure to stay with those. At least the number of completion days, 7. I am your hostess, Karma Ovicchio, thanking you so very much for allowing me this opportunity. From my house to your house, I wish you all green lights. Namaste.